Woo! Hey guys, Chris back, Ironhead Garage. Hey, kept her off the wall. So, I got this trim welded up. I got it spot welded. I think I got 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots on there. So that stuff ain't gonna never go anywhere. I got some turquoise paint. I'm gonna paint these up and sand them down, try to make them look old like the rest of the car. I did get the bottoms here all welded up. I had to finish that. I never finished that yet, and I got it welded here. I think I might put some seam sealer on this part, letting that paint dry. And I got a little rip here in this old quarter panel seal here. I think I'm gonna fill that up with seam sealer. And on the bottom here, but yeah, it looks pretty good. It's inside now, the trim. So that's killer to have done. Over on this side, I did the same. I welded it up. Didn't hurt the patina too bad. It needs to be messed with anyway, blended in a little better. So there and there. And on the top, that one the trim's gonna hide, but I'll paint a little bit there so it's not raw metal in there and there. So that came out good. I got this side all welded up. Got a nice bead there, ground back, smooth. This rubber's got a little baby tear here. I think I might smear a little bit there. It might be good to leave these open so that, you know, these rockers got a couple drains on the bottom so that water can shoot out of there if it ever gets in a rainstorm. But you see there, it's all inside. So that's good to have done. And get my wheels back on. Just doing a little bit of stuff here and there. Got a lot of little things to do. I did make some rubber little grommets for my my heater core pipes coming out. So they're nice and sealed now. I just split them on the bottom with the scissors and cut the center out. Trying to get all this little stuff done. Really, I've got to get those wheels back on the back. Get some differential fluid in this thing. But been working on the inside. Said I was going to put them heater controls in. I didn't put those vent ones here, you know, with the knobs that open up the vents, but I did get all the other heater controls in there. Yeah, they're a pain in the butt to work. Not much room underneath the 55 Chevy up underneath here to get your arms up in there. But I got the cable to hook my my heater temperature to the heater core, the temperature valve. I got that hooked up. I got the defrost cable to kick it from the floor up to the defrost. I got that hooked up. And I did get the outside or inside outside air. You can see that vent over there. Got that working now. So that's nice to have done. Close that. I did build a bracket from the back of my radio up to the top of the dash. That was missing, and these radios weigh about 10 pounds. They seem like it. I wanted to tilt down and flex my trim. I don't have the amplifier, you know, it takes the tubes in behind the speaker grill there to make this all work, but I like the looks of this old radio. So that's why I kept it in there. Maybe if I could find a delete plate to match this old patina trim someday, I'll take that radio out and put it in there. But it's pretty cool looking. I could barely get my hand up into the back of that dash, up in the top of there to hook that up. I did get some seam sealer. I did seam seal all this stuff I replaced, but as you guys remember, when I took my motor back out, I finished welding up this transmission tunnel. So I never had seam sealer on there, so I got some. I got it taped off. I'm gonna squirt some on there, and a couple spots where the back seat is. Can't see back there, it's dark, but there's a couple. There's a hole right there. You can see the light. Must be like drain plugs they put in there. So and I got all the rubber plugs for in the floor pan. I'm gonna seam seal these old holes up for the old seat, because I used different ones. I was able to use a back one there though. We got a bunch of little stuff going on. Can't wait to get my trim back on. That's going to look killer. Get these emblems mounted on there permanently for a while. They're just taped in there on the back now so they don't fall out. But I think I'm going to get my exhaust back on. I'm missing it on there. Haven't been on there for a few months, it seems like. There's those pipes, those rattler mufflers with my dump outs. So I think I'm going to get them exhaust pipes back on and make her look like a hot rod more. Alright guys, bunch of little stuff going on, but it's what it takes. Get her going. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, well, I got that exhaust back on the old 55. Yeah, gotta like that. Gotta like where the exhaust dumps out. Right there, behind the front door. Yeah, that's for that guy in that Rice Rocket car. He can hear that big block pounding off of his side window. He's gonna love it. You know I will. Especially when these headers are open. Yep. So, I put that rust converter on the inside of the quarter panels. Yeah, kind of purple up in there, still drying. I did the driver's side too. So I'm going to let that stuff dry up and paint some black on the inside of that. Tomorrow probably when it's good and dry. So I got lots of little stuff going on, bouncing all around the car. So this dash cluster here, some of you guys might remember my odometer numbers were wore off, or rubbed off actually, when I cleaned it. So I got a new odometer and Speedo here. It was rusted up when I got it. Got it for like 20 bucks off of eBay. But the face is all killer and the needle's good. But it was froze up. So I took it all apart and greased it and got it to work real good. Got my drill on there. It spins real nice now. And it actually works and moves. And then my gas gauge is shot on there. So I got this old school, old stock gas gauge, old original one that was tested. So I'm going to be putting that in. And actually my wiring harness comes with all the light bulbs that snap into the back of the cluster. So I'm going to pop them in there while I got it out. And I do got a brand new headlight switch, a new modern one that the harness plugs right into. This old one here, I took it all apart and cleaned it. It's the one that has a little glass fuse in it. And it actually works really nice. Anybody needs one, an old OEM Tri-5 Chevy headlight switch, let me know. I'll mail it off to you. So this ignition here came with a new ignition, and my tumbler popped right into it with my key. I need to restore the bezel trim piece here. I did the heater one. I just used whiteout on the lettering, nice and bright white, and then painted the back of it black after I used the whiteout on the letters. Yeah. So I'm going to take that cluster out, a few screws here, one on the bottom. There's actually supposed to be a rubber ring here. So I'll put some tape on here. When I slide that out, it's pretty tight getting it out so it don't scratch up my column. Maybe I'll order that rubber piece. So I'm going to get that out and get that new odometer in there and that gas gauge. Alright guys, I'm on that. Alright, well I got the cluster out. I just wanted to mention to get those clusters out, you got to pull at least one of these bolts out of the column. At least my column you do. I just kept one on there, just a couple threads on that side. Then the column will drop down enough to get that cluster out, and put a piece of tape here on the column so I didn't scratch it. They're pretty tight in there. So I'll show you that old speedometer. I got it out of the cluster. So there's the cluster, and here's my old speedometer. It was pretty ratty, pretty rusty, and it was frozen actually. And I did get it to work, but the numbers rubbed off. You can buy the new stick-on ones, but yeah, they don't look very original. So that's where we'll put that one in there. This one's much nicer. All the gearing's good. It's nice and clean, nice and free. So I'm gonna stick that guy in there. These come apart pretty easy. You just got to be super careful with them. Just sets in there. I think there's 3 screws that hold it in there. So here's my old gas gauge. It's super roached out. It's got little fine wires in there. No, I don't think it would work. Plus it's pretty rusty. So this is what was left of my temperature gauge. Totally gone. So I might try to find it. I might have this piece. I'll have to look around, but it'll be good just to have it in there anyway so the light don't shine out of the back. I can actually just put this cover on there. Forgot which side this goes on. It goes on that side. One of these sides. There we go. She goes there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this screwed in there. I probably just set it in the dash for now, because I was going through all my electrical stuff, and you got to wire that whole instrument cluster, plug all the bulbs in. So I might want to get that in the dash, and then stick the harness coming out through the hole of the dash, and then plug all these lights in. So I'll probably just set this back in the dash, bolt that column up for now for just a little bit, until I start going through that pile of stuff. Oh boy. Alright guys. Well you guys, I just wanted to come back for 1 second and tell you, my last video I put up was my 100th video. Man, what a milestone. I can't believe I made 100 videos on building this old car. Well, a few on my old truck and my Harleys, but mostly on this old hot rod. Yeah, pretty cool. I appreciate each and every one of you. 100 videos is crazy. Never thought I'd even make a YouTube channel, but you guys are all keeping me going. Check it out, Ironhead Garage. Yeah, we getting this badass old 55 going one day. You will see your motor down the road. Alright, I just wanted to mention that. We'll get back to working on the old girl. Thanks, guys. Well, guys, I've been working on this dash cluster a little bit more. I had this old one here, and I had this piece goes there. You check it out. I cut it up. Yeah, since I didn't have a temperature gauge, I'm not going to run one in here. I'm going to run my good Stuart Warner ones. Check it out. I cut it out and I glued it in there. Oh, so and I took some green metal flake paint, and on the blinker indicators, they were kind of worn out, not very green anymore for being old. I painted them with the metal flake green there. Yeah, this is all the tester enamel. Metal flake green used to use for models. But I'll put this guy in there. Just sets in there. I'll spin it around. Check that out. Little Chevy emblem in there where that temperature goes. So I got my new gas gauge in there, and I did redo that plastic Speedo deal. It was pretty beat up. It was all dull when I got it, so I buffed it with a plastic cleaner, and those letters I used whiteout, and painted all them letters with the whiteout, and then rubbed it off the back side and just stayed into the letters. So looks pretty slick. The odometer's good now. I think it's pretty cool, a little personal touch there on the temperature gauge. So I'm going to stick that back in the dash loosely for now. Yeah, this one was junk anyway. It's all rusted and froze up. This was the only thing that was good on it. Oh, and the Speedo needle was good on it. Anybody needs one of them. Speaking of Speedos, I got my Speedo cable laced in there. I made a grommet there. Goes through my brake line there, don't rub, goes through the hole, and it goes to a clamp that's in there, and I got it hooked to the transmission up under there. It's the right length, it's 455 Chevy. And I got it right here, sitting there waiting for the cluster. So that's killer. I did get my new headlight switch in there. Actually had to drill the hole a little bit bigger. This aftermarket one is just a little bit tad bigger than the stock original one. So there's that temperature gauge I'll use. The Stuart Warner one. We won't use that that dash one, the one in the cluster. They're like $100 for those gauges. So come around on this side. Open this door. So, heater box. You guys want to know how they go? So, there's the blower motor box, and on the side of the kick panel, there's a hole there where you'd suck in air. The rubber band goes there, hooks that up. Another rubber band goes there, hooks the blower motor box to the heater core box. That's my wire coming out for my blower motor. And up and over here, I'm going to get this light right. So right there, as you can see, there's a foam seal, and that hooks the blower motor box to the defrost tubes up there. They're like an octopus. So that seals that to there. So if anybody needs to see how to hook one of them up, that's how they all go. No one ever shows anything on YouTube about how to hook all that up, but it's pretty simple. You just got to get your hands up in there. Ain't much room to work. So the video's getting long again, but doing a bunch of little stuff. Yeah, it's nice. Gonna be nice to have a Speedo cable. So I'm gonna get on painting those quarter panels up in the inside now that the rust converter stuff's all dry. Maybe I'll paint some paint on these trim pieces, try to blend them in, get that long trim back on. That's what I'm looking forward to having on. So, alright guys, I appreciate y'all watching. You guys have a good week. The Southern Flyer. We'll see you next time. Take care. Be safe out there. Green light says go. Let's go, boys. Don't make us wait now. Here we go. Last race. We gone. Later, guys. Take it easy out there. Till next time.